Alright, so I have a question for flat earthers. If the moon is just plasma, how come I can still see the surface of it even when it's only partially lit up by the sun? If it's transparent, I would not be able to see the surface of the moon right there at all. If it's just a luminary, there's no way I should be able to see what I'm able to see. It's as simple as that. You people are utterly retarded. It's as simple as that. You're utterly retarded. This is using a 25mm lens on a 4-inch telescope, viewing it through my smartphone. There's the moon, folks. It's a rock. Oh, look what I see on the surface of the moon. Did you see that? Right there. See those? Look at that. Look at that. Those would be satellites going across the moon. Look at that. Ain't that neat? Now that is neato torpedo, if you ask me. Zooming back out on my phone. Let me refocus this. Alright, now here's something else for you. Real quick while I got you here. Let's bring this down. I'm using a Celestron Next Star. What do we have here? Jupiter. Look at that. Still on that 25mm lens. Now, right now, I'm not moving it. But you see that drift. That's because of the Earth's rotation. I've zoomed in on the phone 2 times. Now, I don't know if I can zoom in any more. I can. Okay, now this is, again, zooming in on the phone. Let me refocus on the telescope. Jupiter and its moons. Alright, look at that. Isn't that neato torpedo? And let's go back to the moon. So again, I don't understand the logic or lack thereof when people say that the moon is just a luminary, that it's plasma. It's the stupidest thing in the world, really. It really is stupid. Again, you wouldn't be able to see the surface of the moon that is not lit up if this was light or plasma or anything like that. Again, you see those little right there. Or I did anyway. I lost it. There it is. Actually, I know what I'm seeing is pixelation on my screen where I got it zoomed in 2 times. That's what I'm seeing right there that I thought was a satellite. So let's zoom more into the moon here. Again, not going to be the best picture because I'm doing that off my phone. But you can see, look at that. Let's refocus. Wrong way. Wrong way. It's about as sharp as that's going to get. Now, how is that a luminary? It's a rock, folks. It's a damn rock. Jesus. I swear, people. And again, this is just using a 25 millimeter. Nothing higher. Not right now, anyway. And the only zooming in I'm doing is digitally on my phone. If I zoom out more, it switches to the other lens on the camera, which is not in line with the lens on the telescope. So, all right, now I want to look for Saturn. It may not be out. Well, let me pause and switch lenses. All right, so now I've switched to a 10 millimeter. And as it's gotten a little darker, it's a little harder to see the shadow of the moon. And the only downside about doing this around this time of the year is mosquitoes are starting to come out. Joy. Let's see here. All right, back on it. Now let's see if we can get Jupiter in line. I tell you what, this, having a motor on this thing, man, it makes all the difference. Definitely worth the investment. Now, I think in order for me to really get a clear picture of this, I'm going to have to put this on a Barlow to get the banding of the clouds. I don't know if I'll be able to do that with this. All right, let that stabilize. The downside is, you know, you go to touch something, it just wiggles it, and there's Jupiter and its moons. See about 4 of them. There's one right there off to the top right, it looks like. Bring this around. And the great thing about the motor on this thing, the motorized mounts, is I can make little micro movements, and especially when you get this thing fine-tuned, and it will track the objects in the night sky, and it will do the movements on its own. So the more I'm learning this, the more I'm loving it. And sadly, Saturn is well below the horizon. It's out pretty technically during the day, so it's not ready to be seen yet. That's still pretty cool. Alright, so I'm going to configure this, and when I come back, I'm going to have this thing aim at a star, possibly Mars, if Mars is available. I think it is. I don't know. I have to double check everything, but we'll see how things go. So here's a few pictures that I was able to take of the moon and Jupiter. I apologize for the image quality, but it's hard to do when you're trying to record, when you're doing it off a smartphone. I didn't get my camera set up for this. I didn't do any fine tuning on it. I was just snapping the pictures. Unfortunately, cloud cover kept moving in, and I couldn't get any more shots of anything else worth taking at the time. But I'll do more of these videos. I want to get some nebulas, the Orion Nebula and others. Eventually Saturn, once that comes into view.
So thank you all for watching, and see you around. Peace out.